Who's on first?
Find out next on Junk Feud.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Junk Feud, the podcast about junk food, where we rate and review mystery treats to determine which one will be the undisputed champion of snacks. I'm your host, Mike. Alongside me, as always, shaking her head.
Don't say it. No, actually, please.
Alyssa.
Thank you. So, what do baseball players and blankets have in common?
What do baseball players and blankets have in common? Well, they both start with B, of course.
No.
No?
They both make great bench warmers.
Oh, gosh. That was bad.
No, I think I did it wrong. I think
mean,
it's supposed to be a bad baseball players. Oh, how's a bad player like a blanket?
Yeah, okay. Well, that makes a little bit
Here,
more
wait,
sense.
I'll do another one. I actually have a good one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Why don't baseball players join unions?
Something about strikes, probably, right?
Because they can't stand strikes.
There you go. They can't stand strikes. This has been Alyssa's labor
Here,
corner.
if you build it, they will come.
Uh-huh.
Now, how do you get them to leave?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Bing.
That was a series of baseball-themed dad jokes. Jokes you tell to your dad. If you'd like to submit a dad joke for Alyssa to tell me on the show, you can send it in to us via X or Threads or Blue Sky at JunkFeudPod or via email to junkfeudpod@gmail.com. Liz,
Yeah.
welcome back once again to the world's yeetest podcast.
The Giatis show on Earth. Very mid. Giving them the ick. Super bus. And hitting them with the Riz each and every week.
That's right, hitting them with that Riz each and every week. Did I say that right?
Sure.
It's probably time to add something new to that intro, don't you think?
Yeah.
Maybe next week?
Maybe built like an op.
That's what I was... That's what I was thinking. We'll do it next week. How's that? Something to look forward to.
Okay.
Liz, speaking of things to look forward to, we took a trip recently.
Yeah.
We went on vacation.
Yeah.
I don't go on vacation very often.
What?
I don't go on vacation very often.
You're always on vacation.
No, your brother thinks that I'm on vacation. I go away for work sometimes, and your brother calls it vacation work.
It's like 3 times every month.
That's entirely untrue.
Like 2 times every month.
Also untrue.
1 time a month.
It's been 2 months since I've been away for work.
This is the start of a new month. Just saying.
That's right. Tell me, Alyssa, where did we go on our vacation?
We went to Austria. Boom. Slovakia. Boom.
Boom.
Hungary.
Boom.
Ba-doom, boom.
Hungary, thematically appropriate for this show.
Yeah.
We were hungry in Hungary, weren't we?
Yeah, I did not really like the food in Hungary.
You didn't like the food in Hungary. What did you have there? Well, you only ate pasta there, which is not traditional Hungarian cuisine.
Yeah, but even it was just not what I like.
One of the challenges of traveling with you and your brother
Is the food.
Is that it makes it difficult to find good local restaurants to try traditional local cuisine because he only eats chicken nuggets and you only eat pasta.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only thing that was close to chicken nuggets was cut up schnitzel.
That's right. The boy ate a lot of schnitzel. He was more culinarily...
I got chocolate all over my shirt.
You do have chocolate all over your shirt. Again, thematically appropriate for this show and for you. The boy was more culinarily adventurous than you, Alyssa. He ate new things. He didn't know they were new things. He thought he was eating chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
But he was really eating schnitzel.
I tried the pierogies. They tasted like gasoline.
Again, not a traditional Hungarian or Slovakian or Austrian food.
That was for Slovakia.
Uh-huh.
They had the pierogies.
They did have pierogies, that's right.
Oh. They tasted like gasoline.
Gasoline. Do you eat a lot of gasoline?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You do say a lot whenever we're driving in the car that you love the smell of gasoline.
And garage.
And exhaust.
Oh, it smells
It's unhealthy, by the way. There is something about the smell of gasoline, though, that's
so great.
Intoxicating. Probably literally, if I had to guess. So what else did you eat that was interesting while you were away? What did you have?
That beef with the weird sauce.
The beef with the weird sauce. Describe that a little more.
We had it on the last day.
You had some goulash.
It was stuck in my mouth, and I did not like it.
You didn't like the goulash?
No.
Goulash, a traditional Hungarian food.
Yeah.
Absolutely. More of a soup, actually. A lot of people think that it's a stew, like a very thick stew, but in Hungary, goulash is a soup, like a pre-dinner course.
Yeah.
You did like the goulash soup that we had in Hungary.
Yeah, but I didn't
like
I
gumbo.
didn't like what we had in Austria.
What was that?
Like, it was the last day, it was the night before we left, and we ordered food.
That was the goulash that you had there that was thicker, like a stew.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
You didn't like that? I thought it was
and
pretty good.
I hated the spinach balls.
You didn't like the spinach and Parmesan balls. I thought those were
Ugh,
quite good as well.
Nasty.
Your mom liked them.
Ugh, ew.
So, all in all, you went to 3 different countries. You sampled none of the actual local cuisine.
Yeah.
And you didn't like anything that you ate.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I didn't mind?
What's that, bud?
The schnitzel.
You liked the schnitzel.
I learned some words.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear some of the words.
In
that you've heard.
German.
Okay, go on.
I learned Dankeschön.
Very good.
I learned Hallo.
Okay.
Because, it's like hello. Like, hey there, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa, what was the what's up?
What's up?
It's like, hey, what's up? It's like a other hello.
Servus?
Maybe. I learned a sentence.
Oh, okay. What's the sentence that you learned?
Ich bin Kaka.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll have to beep that out.
It's not. No, that's not the bad one.
It's not great though.
It's just poop.
Okay. Listen.
So waste.
So aside from not liking any of the food, learning some juvenile phrases, did you do anything else that you thought was fun or exciting?
We swam in a hot spring.
We did. We swam in the thermal baths in Hungary. That was exciting.
That was fun. I tried to tan.
It's hard to
didn't
tan
work.
when it's 50 degrees and cloudy out.
Well, there was sun.
There was a little bit of sun, yeah, that's true.
And the UV rays were 4.
The UV rays were 4.
Which was not high enough. In Palm Springs, they're going to be 10 and 12
Wow.
while we're there.
Well, wear sunblock, I guess, is the best advice that I can give you there. And good advice overall for anybody listening.
So we recently, we had spring break, and that's why we went.
Uh-huh.
And all of my friends, they went to, all these tropical places. Most of them were in Florida. And this girl in my class, Aubrey, she went to Florida, and she got sun poisoning all over her arms and legs.
Oh, no. Shout out to Aubrey. Hope she's okay.
And she had, the sun poisoning bumps.
Oh, that's bad.
And it was, all peeling.
Yeah, again, terrible for your body.
Yeah.
You know what?
She goes, sunscreen's overrated. I was sunscreen protects you from sun cancer.
That's
or
right.
Skin cancer.
That's right. At the risk of sounding like an old person, you should be wearing sunscreen all the time.
Yeah.
Every day, get a daily facial moisturizer that has sunblock in it.
I use the Super Goop one.
Super Goop.
And I mix it with my lotion.
Interesting. Is that a life hack that you learned on
No.
Shorts?
It's just I got too lazy to put them on separately.
Oh, okay. Well.
You probably shouldn't mix it, but okay.
Well, untested life hacks with Alyssa.
Yeah.
Liz, something else happened while we were away too. Do you know what that was?
We got stuck on a train.
Oh, yeah.
And the train broke down. And there were police officers running.
We had to get rescued from a broken down train outside of Budapest, walking across the rail lines in the night. That was harrowing. Yeah, I wasn't referring to that, though. I was, Alyssa, going to say that the 2024 Major League Baseball season has started.
Oh, yeah, that happened too.
That's right. We stayed up late to watch the Phillies play their season opener. Well, I actually watched some of it while we were on the train, while we were stuck on the train on my phone.
Yeah, because it was 1 a.m.
It wasn't quite that late, but almost. And as we speak, Alyssa, the Phillies are playing right now. They're winning. Bryce Harper has hit 2 home runs, his first 2 hits of the season.
And our Uber had really bad road rage.
Oh, yeah. The Uber driver on the way home from the train station was unhappy with the state of affairs of the driver in front of him.
Yes.
But you know what, Liz? We were talking about the baseball season, and I gotta say, hey, that reminds me of this week's snack.
Up next on Junk Feud, it's
Slider Sundaes.
Slider Sundae.
Liz, what's a Slider Sundae?
A Slider Sundae? It's an ice cream sundae served in a mini baseball helmet.
That's it.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Yeah, Liz, the Slider Sundae has a lot of things going for it.
Yeah.
It's ice cream.
Ice cream.
It's served in an unexpected way, which is fun. It's in a little plastic mini helmet, right?
Yeah.
And then it's also a smaller version of something. And you know we like mini versions of foods. We've got a mini helmet.
Mini foods are life.
That's right.
Hashtag mini foods for life.
Okay. Well, if you're If you're one of our social media followers, I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Ring the bell for notifications.
No, but when you type it out, it's got to be like #mini foods and then 4.
The
like
letter,
the
the letter 4,
the number 4,
the number 4,
and then life.
for life. Yeah, sure.
And like when you're writing like OMG guys,
like NWO 444 life.
IH8, the letter 8. Like when you want to say OMG guys, I hate something.
You're trying to teach the listeners elite speak right now?
Yeah.
Liz.
Yee.
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 I don't think that's part of it. Slider Sundaes, Alyssa, a big deal because they're a snack, sure, but also a souvenir at the same time. So a snack and a souvenir in one. And
did you buy those hats or did you have them?
oh, spoiler alert, of course, Alyssa. Yeah, like I was going to say, I bet, well, you might believe this. I don't know. I still have every mini helmet from every Slider Sundae that I've ever had in my entire life. Yeah, that's right. Your mom thinks that I'm a hoarder.
You're a little bit.
I'm not.
A little bit.
I'm not. She says that I have hoarding tendencies, which is untrue. I just keep things that I like.
Which is everything.
Marie,
Get roasted.
Marie Kondo says that you should keep things in your life that spark joy, and mini helmets spark joy in my life. Have you ever had a Slider Sundae, Liz? Aside from today, obviously.
No.
No.
I've had nachos in a hat.
That's right. We're going to get to that. That was fun. Liz, stop me if you've heard this one before, but the history of the Slider Sundae is unclear. Yeah, obviously. That's kind of the theme of this whole show. What is clear, Alyssa, is that baseball helmets did not become mandated as safety equipment in the major leagues until the 1970s.
So is that like around when
the Slider Sundaes started?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. According to mini helmet historian Eric Lichtenberg, which is a real thing, he's ostensibly a graphic designer, but also the world's foremost authority on miniature baseball helmets full of ice cream. He's got more than 300 of those. The first mini helmets were manufactured by a company called Lake Industries in 1965, and the first Slider Sundaes made in those Sundae-sized Slider helmets, the mini helmets, probably either like 1970 or 1971. These would have the logos from the teams on stickers on the front of plain plastic helmets. And you could buy them individually or in complete sets. You could get them at baseball stadiums, ice cream shops. And then the sticker logos switched over to screen printing around 1976 or so, Lichtenberg thinks. Rawlings, the company that makes baseball gloves and other leather goods, began manufacturing mini baseball helmets in 2004 after Lake sold the rights to them, and then that company would go bankrupt a year later in 2005. Liz,
what
else was going on in 1970?
Paul McCartney left the Beatles.
Big shame there, honestly.
Every time I hear Paul McCartney, I always think of Eric Cartman.
Paul McCartney and Eric Cartman.
Yeah.
Two people who could not be more diametrically opposed.
Really?
Well, Eric Cartman is a cartoon character who is not real, and...
Well, like, whenever I, McCartney, Cartman...
Oh, sure. The names are
and, like,
similar.
every time I hear Eric Cartman, I say, like, the whatever.
Liz, what would it sound like if Eric Cartman sang a Beatles song?
Give me one that I know.
Do you know Let It Be?
That's what I was thinking of. Let it be, let it be.
That's not the world's best Cartman impression, I don't think.
I don't know how to do it. The only thing I can do is the...
See, now this would be...
Whatever.
I do what I want.
Do what I want.
This would be a good use, Alyssa, a good use of artificial intelligence.
AI.
Like, hey, ChatGPT, make me Eric Cartman singing Let It Be by the Beatles, and then you would hear it. That's the world that I want to live in, where you can do something like that.
Can't you do something like that?
I mean, probably, yeah. Liz, what else happened?
Can.
What else happened in 1970?
The Apollo 13 ordeal went down.
Houston, we have a problem. Yes, that's right.
Brazil won the World Cup.
Shout out to the Brazilians.
Ronaldo. Anwar Sadat became president of Egypt.
Anwar Sadat. I always like saying Anwar Sadat because there's a movie called I Love You Man starring Paul Rudd and Jason Segel. And Jason Segel's character has a dog whose name is Anwar Sadat on account of the fact that he looks like Anwar Sadat.
Oh, that's funny.
Go on.
Chris Jericho and Fred Durst were born.
Uh-huh.
Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin died.
Yeah, rough year for music there. The Beatles break up. Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin both R.I.P. to the legends. 1970, Liz.
Yeah.
So, Alyssa, it's 1970. Where can you get yourself a Slider Sundae?
Baseball stadiums, obvi.
Yeah, obviously, these are baseball snacks. The idea is you're at a baseball stadium, you're watching a baseball game. It's summertime, because that's when baseball season is. You want a cool treat. You get yourself an ice cream sundae, but it's served to you in a little miniature baseball helmet of the team that you're watching.
Yeah.
It's perfect. DraftKings, which I don't care for, says it's the number one baseball stadium snack, and that is probably the only thing that I agree with DraftKings on.
I don't like DraftKings. Is that the one with the green logo?
Yeah, because the commercials are very annoying and omnipresent,
Yeah.
and because sports betting will destroy our national pastimes.
Yeah. That's what my math teacher talks about. All he talks about is baseball.
Well, good for him. I like your math teacher already.
You won't when you spend it every day with.
Well, yeah, I don't have to. I did my time in public school. Now you can suffer. You know, you used to like school, right?
Yeah, until middle school.
It's funny, when we moved here, the town that we live in is well known for having a very good school system. It's part of the reason that we wanted to live where we live. And everyone said, you're going to love it. The high school is great. The elementary schools are great. All the kids hate middle school, which is a shame because the middle school is also great and the teachers are great. But middle school kids are the worst.
My sixth grade teachers, one of them was good.
Uh-huh.
Two of them were good.
Shout out to two of your sixth grade teachers.
Yeah. And my Spanish teacher, because I didn't have to do anything in her class because she liked me.
Shout out to three of your teachers.
It's like, oh, Lisa, baby. Like, oh, no homework for my chicas.
Well,
Okay.
Listen here, chica. You go to a baseball game. It's probably not the very first thing on your mind. Not the first thing that you're thinking about when you're at a baseball game, but like in the later innings, you've been sitting out for a while in the sun. It's a little bit hot. Inevitably, you see a small child walk by and he's got a Slider Sundae in his hand. Melted ice cream dripping down his face, sprinkles just scattered to the wind. You go, oh yeah, Slider Sundaes. And then everybody wants one and you see them pop up all over the section that you're sitting in. It's like, you ever go to a restaurant, let's you order the fajitas, the sizzling fajitas?
Mm-mm.
You've never had chicken fajitas?
Well, I've had them at home.
Have you seen us order them in a restaurant before?
Probably.
Yeah. What happens is somebody orders the fajitas. The waiter or waitress comes walking through the dining room with this sizzling platter that's spitting hot oil everywhere. There's smoke coming off of it. The whole place smells like broiled chicken. It's really amazing. And then everybody goes, oh yeah, fajitas. And then they want them. And then everybody orders the fajitas. It never fails.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that we talked about today, actually, Alyssa. Clem from Barstool Sports said on Twitter. Twitter. I'm pronouncing all the T's in Twitter.
That's what a girl in my class does. She's like, water.
You mean actually says the letters that are in the words?
No, like she has an accent. I don't know what it is. But she talks, she's like, oh yeah, the water.
Good for her.
The lighting.
Well, Liz, you as a radio personality should know a lot about enunciating and actually saying all of the letters that are in all of the words.
I don't do that.
No, you sure don't. But Clem...
Like, cuz...
Oh boy. Liz,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were saying...
So would I be like fajitas?
You know,
fajitas.
That's a joke from Family Guy, actually. Yeah, let me get 6 chicken fajitas.
Let me get 6 chicken fajitas.
Liz, I was saying Clem from Barstool Sports said on Twitter that ice cream tastes 50% better when it's eaten out of a miniature helmet. You know who would agree with that?
You.
Well, yeah, me, for sure, first off. But there's this little kid from this famous video online from a Padres game, a San Diego Padres game in 2016. And this kid has a Slider Sundae, and he is just absolutely going to town on it. He looks like he is eating the most delicious thing on earth. He could not be bothered that there is a baseball game going on right in front of him. He's just covered in ice cream head to toe, like whole face in the mini helmet.
Who was the pitcher for the Padres?
Well, there were a lot of them.
Like, who was it when they played the Phillies?
Again, a lot of them. Are you talking about Blake Snell?
No.
Joe Musgrove?
Mm-mm.
I don't know any other ones.
He was...
Couldn't tell you, kid. Yeah, Liz, like I was saying, Slider Sundaes confirmed awesome by this small child. And Alyssa, 2016.
Yu Darvish.
Shout out to Yu Darvish.
I love him.
You like Yu Darvish?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is a good pitcher. He was a good pitcher anyway.
It was so fast, too. Okay.
That's it? You just wanted to say that you like Yu Darvish?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out again to Yu Darvish.
Yeah.
Liz.
Yeah?
2016, Padres kid is eating this ice cream. Coincidentally, also the same year that the Arizona Diamondbacks introduced their own version of the helmet sundae. Now, you said earlier you ate nachos out of a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Dodger Stadium. It wasn't a mini helmet, was it?
No.
No, it was like a full-size replica batting helmet. That's what the Diamondback Sundae comes in. It weighs 2 pounds, Liz.
Oh, God.
It's 3,500 calories.
My lactose is screaming.
Your
My
lactose
lactose intolerance.
Also, not coincidentally, Alyssa, this was the not the first time, I should say, that a behemoth ice cream sundae in a batting helmet, a full-size batting helmet, was offered, because in 2014, 2 years prior, the White Sox from the south side of Chicago had one that weighed in at 3 pounds, and they would not disclose exactly how many calories were in that sundae. Do you think you could eat 3 pounds of ice cream?
Let's see. What's 350 divided by 2? 1250. So 1250 times 3. What's that?
Oh, you were just going to add 1,250 to the 3,500?
3,750. That's not it.
It would be 4,750, dear. So nearly 5,000 calories you would estimate in the White Sox ice cream sundae?
Yee.
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 All right, we're doing yee. That's a thing. We're going to make that happen.
Yee.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. Start trying to make yee happen.
Oh my gosh, Gretchen. Stop trying to make fetch a thing.
Liz.
Yeah.
It's not just kids that love Slider Sundaes at the ballpark.
Who else?
Baseball players themselves.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. In 2021, the Atlanta Braves were struggling a little bit during the season. So a bunch of the guys got together and they convinced team captain Freddie Freeman, current active runs scored leader in Major League Baseball, I found out today, to arrange to bring a soft serve machine into the clubhouse. Guess what happened after that?
They won.
They started winning. They went 56-37 over the resulting stretch and absolutely gorged themselves on ice cream served in little plastic helmets. So Liz.
How are they not sick?
Oh, they probably ate them after the games, I would guess.
Do you think that any of them were lactose intolerant?
Yeah, almost certainly. Many adults are, to some degree.
Then how am I?
Well, also children can be. My cousin Andrew, shout out to my cousin Andrew, was lactose intolerant as a child, and he drank Lactaid milk.
Milk doesn't bother me as much as ice cream.
Interesting. I wonder why that is. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Liz, Slider Sundaes, we have already established an indelible part of the baseball experience. You know what else is?
What?
Baseball movies, Liz.
Yeah.
So I once took a baseball road trip. We've talked about this on the show before. Friends of the show, Jim and Yimbo. Yimbo, of course, of YouTube fame. We drove from New Jersey to Louisville, Kentucky. We went to the Louisville Slugger Factory. We got freshly made baseball bats. And then we used those baseball bats when we drove on to Dyersville, Iowa, Liz, to the actual Field of Dreams from the Kevin Costner movie. And we played baseball all day long on the baseball diamond in the middle of the cornfield. One of the actors from the movie, Alyssa, was there. He lives in town. He gets dressed up in his baseball uniform from the movie, goes out to the field every day. He's got his father-in-law's antique baseball glove, and he plays catch with tourists there. It was amazing. And then we drove on to Chicago, saw the Phillies play the Cubs at Wrigley Field. I think, again, we've talked about this before. But listen, what I forgot to mention about opening day is that every year on the first day of the baseball season, friend of the show, Jim, who we were just talking about, has a baseball movie marathon to get himself ready for the baseball season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Liz, impromptu Mount Crunchmore of baseball movies. What do you think are the top 4 baseball movies of all time? Or your 4 favorite baseball movies?
Sandlot.
Sandlot number 1, of course, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have you seen any other baseball movies?
No, but I know one.
Okay.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, absolutely.
And then that's all I know.
So you know 2.
Yeah.
So your top 2 So who of the 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore would you say are the top 2 presidents there?
Thomas Jefferson.
Wow. Dark horse candidate Thomas Jefferson.
And Obama.
Not on Mount Rushmore.
Why not?
Well, because it was completed a long time ago before he was president.
Oh.
You know what Mount Rushmore is?
No.
You don't know what Mount Rushmore is?
Oh, well,
This thing we've been talking about on the show for
No,
years.
I know. Oh, Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, very good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Liz, I mean, there are a lot of baseball movies. Here are some of the good ones, or at least the ones that I like. Pride of the Yankees. Have you ever seen Pride of the Yankees, Liz?
I don't like the...
Lou Gehrig, today, day. I consider myself
I just
the
don't
luckiest
like
man
the
on
cheater
the face
guy.
of the earth. The cheater guy?
Yeah.
What cheater guy?
Like Derek Jeter.
Derek Cheater?
Yeah.
Derek Jeter. You don't like Derek Jeter?
No.
Perhaps the most likable baseball player of all time?
No.
Good for you. I'm glad. I don't like him either. Pride of St. Louis, the Dizzy Dean story. That's a good one. The Bad News Bears, obviously. The Natural. I really liked The Natural when I was a kid. One of the best soundtracks in a baseball movie of all time. Bull Durham.
I don't know any of these songs.
8 Men Out. Grandpa likes 8 Men Out. Field of Dreams, obviously. Major League.
Oh, I know Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
I've
sure.
never watched it.
You've never seen Rookie of the Year? Henry Rowan Gardner?
No.
Funky Butt Loving. A League of Their Own about the Georgia Rockville Peaches.
Wait, you
The
didn't even
Girls
put the
movie.
Sandlot on here.
I did. Mr. Baseball, Tom Selleck, Rookie of the Year, we just said. There's The Sandlot. Angels in the Outfield. 61, Alyssa, I think an underrated movie. Barry Pepper, also born in 1970, stars in 61 as Roger Maris. Summer Catch with my boy, Freddie Prinze Jr., Fever Pitch, Moneyball. Moneyball's a good one. 42, Everybody Wants Some. That was like a Linklater movie, just came out a couple years ago. I'd say my top 4 list probably, let's go with Field of Dreams, Major League, Sandlot, and Moneyball. Does that sound good?
Moneyball.
I mean, I know I'm leaving Rookie of the Year out, and it is great, but that's my top 4. That's my Mount Crunchmore.
Yeah.
So, Liz.
What?
You get Slider Sundaes at baseball stadiums. Obviously, it's a baseball treat.
Yeah.
Where else could you get them?
Oh, to go back?
No, you don't. You were right on it.
Oh. The ground round?
The ground round. Do you know what the ground round is, Alyssa? We've talked about it on the show before.
No.
Very briefly.
No.
The ground round was my absolute favorite restaurant when I was a kid. This was, Alyssa, the only place I ever wanted to go out to eat. Well, that and Pizza Hut. They had Book It. They had the Street Ball. Remember the Pizza Hut? Well, you obviously don't remember the Pizza Hut Street Ball. This was before you were born. It was.
I don't remember having Pizza Hut.
I think you've probably only had Pizza Hut one time. We got a big takeout box of Pizza Hut and brought it back to the house. You were much younger. We don't really eat Pizza Hut very often. There used to be a Pizza Hut buffet near where I work. We would go for lunch breaks there every once in a while.
Was it not good?
Well, it's not great now, but when I was a kid, Pizza Hut restaurants were a lot different. They were like destinations. They were places you wanted to go. They had these checkered vinyl tablecloths and these stained glass lamps.
Were they actually real made pizza?
It was real pan pizza. The pizza is not bad for that style of pizza. I do remember Grandpa not liking it because it took just forever, and it was kind of expensive when we were younger, and it wasn't a thing that we did very often. But Pizza Hut was fun back in the day, and the Ground Round was that kind of place too. It was a good place for kids to go to eat. I had birthday dinners at the Ground Round when I was younger. They would put these little plastic baskets of popcorn on the tables. Before that, they used to have peanuts, and you would throw the peanut shells on the floor. They would play public domain cartoons and old silent movies on these drop-down projection screens that came out of the ceiling so you could watch cartoons while you ate dinner. This was a big deal because there were no screens back then. Like, not everybody was just staring at their phones and iPads while they ate dinner. You did not watch television while you ate dinner. This was a very special treat. It was a kid's dream, really.
I'm actually good at dinner.
Yeah, you're very good at dinner. I will say, generally speaking, you are not a screenager.
Not really, especially because I just have so much going on.
That's true. You've got a lot of like active activities where you just can't have a phone. This is kind of funny. Your friends' parents, not your parents' friends, your friends' parents will tell us when Alyssa comes over, she puts her phone down on the counter and then just goes off.
Because I don't need it.
Yeah, we're kind of happy about that, honestly.
My screen time over the summer was 6 hours a day.
I think that's a bit too much.
And guess what it is now?
If you say 6 hours a day, you're grounded.
No, it's not. It's a lot lower.
Thank goodness.
It's 2 hours because that's what I have my limits.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Yeah.
Liz.
What?
At the Ground Round, you got balloons. There were arcade games. If you ate all your dinner, you got a prize. They would bring like a little prize dish out and you could pick a little toy if you ordered a kid's meal.
Ooh.
Amazing. It started as a restaurant that was associated with Howard Johnson Hotels in 1969, Liz. I also have fond memories of the Howard Johnson Hotel chain because, two reasons. It was a place we stayed when we went on a road trip to Florida once, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then also, there was a New York Mets player when I was a kid named Howard Johnson. I still have a Hojo rookie card. I have an autographed Howard Johnson baseball somewhere downstairs, actually. Liz, at its peak, there were more than 200 ground round restaurants all across the country, but they went bankrupt in 2004, and there's only 5 remaining now. None of them are here in New Jersey. I think the closest one is Massachusetts or something like that. The location of the one we went to when I was a kid is like a car wash now, or maybe a melting pot, something like that.
You don't know how I remember Massachusetts on my map test?
How's that?
I call it Massa Charizard because it looks like an elephant.
Massa Charizard, and it looks like an elephant?
Because like Charizard and elephant, like they're both animals with tusks.
My goodness. Does a Charizard have tusks?
I think so.
I'm not sure about that. Anyway, Liz, the ground round, a great place. It was like Cheers, but for kids.
Well, it has like horns.
The Charizard has horns and not tusks? Do elephants have horns, Liz?
No.
No, they sure don't. You had to think about that for longer than probably you should have.
Still can't picture it.
You can't picture an elephant?
Wait.
Could you draw an elephant right now if I asked you to?
No.
How about a bicycle? Could you draw a bicycle?
No.
It's deceptively difficult to draw a bicycle from memory.
Especially from the side.
Yeah, absolutely. Liz.
I don't even think I could draw like a chicken. My drawing skills are not very good.
But you at least know the shape of a chicken generally, right?
A circle.
Okay, sure. You see a lot of circular chickens?
With a neck.
I mean, there is the one chicken McNugget that's a perfect circle.
No, it's literally a circle with a neck and triangle feet.
Triangle feet, that's right. Tridactyl. These are the kind of feet that Yoda has. Tridactyl feet, actually.
A tridactyl.
That's right.
We gotta get the show on the road.
Liz, what other places served Slider Sundaes?
Oh, goodness. An ice cream shop in Virginia.
Yeah, it was called High's Ice Cream. That's right. Stewart's shops, the drive-ins in New York have them. Dairy Queen, Liz, very famously offered them for a time. This was as far back as 1986 when they retailed for 99 cents, and 25 cents of that would go to a children's hospital charity.
Wow.
As a spoiler for later, not the children's hospital part, but the Dairy Queen part. Howard Johnson, obviously, which we just talked about, had them as far back as the 1970s, allegedly. I wasn't there. Baskin-Robbins List ran a promotion in 2010. You could get a 2-scoop sundae or a soft-serve swirl with magic color-changing sprinkles in a mini helmet. All 30 teams were available. How about that? But you could only get that if you also bought a 20-ounce bottle of Aquafina water.
Oh, I actually don't mind Aquafina.
It's a lot better than Dasani, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why does Dasani suck so bad? It's just water.
No, it's just not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
No, you know what's actually the best?
What's that?
Fiji.
Don't say Fiji. Fiji water. Yeah, you bougie little girl. Liz,
$3 a bottle.
Are we going to have to do a Junk Feud episode on bottled water? Is that a snack?
I don't know, but most of them, Dasani is just nasty.
No shout out to Dasani, by the way.
No, you get like a down out. You get a ground out. See what I did there? You get a pop fly.
Dasani gets a ground out, down out, pop fly. All those things.
Yeah.
The hot dog restaurant Wiener Schnitzel, Alyssa, which we found out this week, a Wiener Schnitzel, not a hot dog, but a fried veal cutlet from Vienna. Interestingly enough, had Slider Sundaes in 2008 or 2009, something like this. And obviously, we've had them at our local minor league affiliate stadium here, where the New York Yankee minor league team, the Somerset Patriots, play. It's a fun place to see a ball game.
Yeah.
Liz, do you remember this? When you were a baby, we lived close by. So close that we could hear the fireworks from the stadium. And so when we would hear them, we would drive over real quick and we would park in the Target parking lot across the street from the Patriots Stadium. And we would sit on the hood of the car and watch the fireworks. Do you remember this?
I feel like I remember the fireworks actually.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was, it would be a summer night, really warm out, late, dark. You could hear the crickets and the June bugs. And then there's the fireworks just blasting right in the air above us, right next to the baseball stadium.
I feel like the only memory I have from when I was little was when, what was it? When we went to Ocean City and we went in that lifeguard tower.
Oh, that's right. Well, because we have a picture of that, right?
Yeah, but I feel like I just remember it fondly for some reason.
Well, Liz, I will say, you remember that fondly and sitting in the parking lot and watching those fireworks. One of my favorite parts of that year, that season, any baseball season really. And Alyssa.
Yeah.
It's now time for my favorite part of this show. Alyssa reads the ingredients. Liz, what's in a mini plastic baseball helmet?
It's ice cream.
Well, yeah, there's ice cream in it, but the helmets are made of plastic, so I don't really know what else to say here. We don't have any ingredients for plastic baseball helmets.
I wonder if there even is.
Well, they wouldn't be called ingredients, I don't think.
Materials?
Yeah, probably. Like precursors.
Okay, let's see. Plastics are made from natural materials such as cellulose, coal,
That's cellulose, dear.
natural gas, salt, and crude oil.
Oh, well, salt. I guess maybe you could eat it. Don't eat plastic, by the way.
No.
Not good for you. Liz, you ready to get to the rules of the game?
Yeah.
Junk Feud is a culinary clash to see which treat will be crowned the undisputed champion of snacks. It's a king of the mountain style battle in which the reigning champ takes on a new challenger each week to see which snack reigns supreme. And Alyssa,
Yeah?
the reigning defending undisputed champion of snacks is
Takis.
Takis, that's right. Scotch eggs.
Takis.
A little too niche, I think, for this competition, Alyssa.
I learned what niche meant in science.
What's that?
Well, I don't remember because it was like 2 months ago, but we learned about it.
Okay, good talk. Scotch eggs, a good snack, a great snack even, but a little bit too odd, I think, for this.
Yeah.
And a bit too heavy, we thought, to take it home, right?
Yeah.
So Taki's still in charge. Anyway, today we're trying Slider Sundaes, Alyssa. A bit of an ordeal to get these, honestly. We were away for a while, so we didn't have a lot of time to prepare this episode. None of our local ice cream shops are currently serving them, and most of the baseball stadiums too far away for us to travel given your sports schedule. And then, of course, Somerset Patriots don't start until tomorrow, so we had to improvise. Tell me what we did. How did we make our own Slider Sundaes?
We went to Dairy Queen.
That's right. Dairy Queen Authentic for Slider Sundaes because they did, in fact, serve them in the past.
And we put them in our own mini helmets.
That's right. We transplanted our Dairy Queen Sundaes into our own mini helmets while we listened to a baseball game on the radio in the car. I had a maroon Phillies mini baseball helmet from probably 1990 or the 1991 season. You had a red Phillies helmet, probably from 1993. And a friend of the show, Amelia, came with us, who was wearing a Yankee Stadium sweatshirt, coincidentally, so we gave her a mini Yankees helmet.
Yeah.
How about that? Liz, there are no additional challengers today, but we did get different sundaes. What kind of sundae did you get?
I got a chocolate fudge.
Yeah, you got a hot fudge sundae, the classic.
But I don't even like fudge.
Well, you like chocolate.
Yeah, but I don't like how fudge is.
Do you think it's a texture thing for you?
Yeah, probably.
You'd rather have just like plain Hershey syrup than hot fudge?
Fudge, it's like weird. It's like jelly.
That's an interesting take because I think for most people it's the other way around. Hot fudge is sort of the novelty and chocolate syrup is the plain boring thing that you could get.
My water isn't my water.
You're drinking my water because you brought someone else's water up here for yourself and you refuse to drink it. So you'll drink mine, which is also not yours. But you won't drink the one that's yours that's not yours.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Liz, I got a caramel sundae, which I think for like the fast food sundae places is usually my go-to. A McDonald's caramel sundae, I think, is magnificent, like top tier. I'm actually looking forward to doing that at some point in the future. But for now, Alyssa, it's crunch time.
Crunch time.
We rate our snacks using a tier list from sprinkles to fun dip.
Sprinkles to fun dip.
So snacks can be graded A, B, C, D, or F with the very best treats earning the elusive S tier ranking. The following contest is scheduled for one serving.
One serving.
It is for the undisputed championship of junk food, Liz.
Yeah.
Obviously, the packaging or the conveyance, the container, is the allure here of the Slider Sundae.
Yeah.
The little mini baseball helmet, a simulacrum, a small thing representing a bigger thing.
Yeah.
It's so fun to eat ice cream out of a mini baseball helmet while you're enjoying a baseball game.
Is that a poppy seed?
No, that is not a poppy seed.
What is?
I don't know. Where did you find that?
On my foot.
Gross. Absolutely disgusting. Liz.
What?
Tell me about your sundae and your experience eating it. The hot fudge sundae that you said you didn't actually care for that much.
Yeah, I like vanilla ice cream.
Sure. The Dairy Queen vanilla ice cream, I think, is very good.
It's just plain.
It's a dense, creamy soft serve. It's got a little bit of like sugary crystallization to it. Just a tiny bit of grit.
Yeah, it's good.
The flavor is good. It's got sort of almost a marshmallowy vanilla flavor to it. It's a very sweet vanilla, which I like. Now, tell me about the hot fudge.
I just didn't like the hot fudge.
You just don't care for the hot fudge consistency, the texture, do you?
Mm-mm.
It was hot fudge, though. It was like actively melting your ice cream.
Yeah.
That's got to count for something.
I don't like how fudge, like, it's not that I don't like how it tastes, but I don't like, it's a weird taste.
A weird taste.
that I don't like.
Something more than chocolatey, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is it that it's like a deeper flavor? There's more depth to it?
Yeah.
It's not a standard chocolate, and that means it's off-putting?
Yeah.
Interesting. I did like the caramel sauce on my sundae. I like it because it's just like the hot fudge, also served warm. And there's this interesting thing that happens to caramel on ice cream when the caramel sauce is warm and the ice cream is cold, which is that it seizes up almost immediately. It doesn't get hard, but it gets dense and chewy and gummy a little bit. So you have sort of this gradient of textures that's going on, where you have the very cold, very creamy, now slightly melty ice cream. And then you have immediately where the caramel contacts the ice cream, sort of the harder, chewier caramel. And then sort of exterior to that on top, you have the still warm, still runny caramel. So you're getting a lot of different textures and therefore some difference in mouthfeel and therefore flavor when you're eating it.
Yeah.
I think kind of the same thing happens with the hot fudge, just not to the same extent. Now, I will say, if we were getting real Slider Sundaes, there would have been a price premium on them because you're paying for the little mini helmet that you're getting. In this case, though, 3 small, 1 topping, no marshmallow or no whipped cream, no cherry, no sprinkle sundaes, just vanilla ice cream with, in this case, 2 hot fudges and 1 caramel. $15, Liz.
Oof.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot. There's a bit of inflation going on there. Although, you know what? We had some gelato when we were in Vienna, and we had like 6 or 7 ice creams for, I don't know, $12, 12 euros, something like that.
Yeah.
A bargain, I say.
There was, where were we where I was like, why is it so much cheaper here?
Oh, everywhere, I think.
There's this one place, I forget where it was, and it was so much cheaper than at our house.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting, I remember what it was. It was when me and Mom were buying the magnet, and it was, like, super cheap. I was, like, expecting it to be, like, $30.
Oh, that's right. You were buying souvenirs in Bratislava.
Yeah.
Liz, here's the real question. We ate a sundae today. We ate it out of a miniature plastic baseball helmet. Did it, in fact, as Twitter told us, taste 50% better because we were eating it out of the mini baseball helmet? Because I know what I think.
Well, I think it kind of tastes the same.
Sure. Yes, it does really taste the same. It's the same ingredients eaten in the same way. But the experience, Liz, for me,
It's fun.
is 100% more pleasurable. 50% better taste, 100% more happy for me because I'm experiencing a baseball thing, which I love.
Yeah.
So, Liz,
What?
let's hit the bliss point. What do we think about Slider Sundaes? And how do they stack up against the champ, Takis?
It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for you, dog. Yeah, I mean, I have to say also the same thing. I'm so happy that it's baseball season. I was ecstatic to listen to a baseball game on the radio while I was eating a Slider Sundae. But ultimately, it's fast food vanilla soft serve with a little bit of a sugary syrup on top. Even eating it out of the maroon
Hat.
35-year-old Phillies helmet that I still have for some reason was awesome. But a Taki is still better, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, Liz, we have some challengers coming up that I think are going to push Takis to their limit.
Probably.
I think also, had we gone to a Major League Baseball game in the summer and eaten a Slider Sundae in the proper venue, there might have been a chance that the totality of the experience would have been enough
I'm so excited for summer.
to dethrone the champ.
I just want it to be summer.
But alas, yeah, not today, Liz. It's not summer yet, and Takis are still on top, which means your winner and still reigning defending undisputed champion of snacks is Takis Fuego for sure.
I have a question.
What's that?
So, there are tickets that we can buy to go to Olivia Rodrigo's Guts tour,
Shout out to Olivia Rodrigo from Bizardvark.
and I think we should go.
You think that I should take you to the Olivia Rodrigo Guts tour?
Yeah.
So, question for you. What am I supposed to do there?
Sing with me. You know the
Just
songs.
stand around being a dad?
You know what they are, Dad. You know the vampire.
I do like that song.
You know the it's a bad idea, right?
I do like that one too.
Yeah. If you listen to them in the car with me more, you'll like them.
Well, Alyssa, speaking of things that I like, it's time for the Oreo rule.
Wait, I didn't get an answer.
Yeah, it's time for the Oreo rule.
We'll look into it.
Alyssa, Mondelez International is trying to destroy me, I think.
Probably.
There are new Oreos again, Liz.
Oh my gosh.
This time, These are churro flavored Oreos. I wrote in the notes we should be able to get them for the next show. Guess what?
What?
I got them today.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to these quite a bit. I am a churro connoisseur.
I brushed my teeth.
Well, you're going to brush them again. Liz, we were talking about friend of the show, Jim, earlier and his opening day baseball movie marathon. He's at Disneyland Paris right now, Alyssa, as we speak. And before he left, we were together doing research on their churro offerings in that park because we love churros. We've talked about churros on the program previously. Churros are good treats.
You mean the program?
Oh, thank you. You know what's funny? I wrote that word in there specifically so I could say it that way and bother you, and then I forgot and you did it for me. Well done. Let's try churro-flavored Oreos. I'm looking forward to this.
You're just like Chase, trying to bother me on purpose.
Limited edition, churro flavor cream, artificially flavored Oreos. It says here on the next to the photo that's enlarged to show detail, these are, Liz, get this, fried dough-flavored cookies. So not the standard golden Oreos, fried dough-flavored cookies with churro-flavored cream. And then this says artificially flavored with sugar inclusions. Less usually when I hear the word inclusion, I think of like an imperfection in a diamond. But these are sugar inclusions in an Oreo.
Yeah.
I'm hyped. Let's pop them open, see what they're like. I want to get a whiff of this too, because I think there's probably going to be a strong scent.
Ugh. It smells like Christmas.
Wow, these smell good.
It smells like Christmas.
It smells like a Christmas candle. It does. Like the apple pie. It smells like the warm apple pie candle that we have downstairs still. Now, I'm taking a look at these.
Oh my gosh.
They're double
stuffed. It tastes like I'm eating Christmas.
They're double stuffed size. There's brown cream in the middle. I do see some of the so-called sugar inclusions in the cookie, which are just like sugar crystals baked into this Oreo. Let's twist it apart. I just want to try the fried dough cookie here. You said it tastes like Christmas.
I don't like this.
Wow.
Well, no. I like the cookie, but it tastes like I'm eating our Yankee candle. It tastes like our Christmas candle. You cannot tell me it doesn't.
So listen,
the taste is like the smell of the candle.
I haven't gotten to the cream yet, but the fried dough flavored cookie, I think is good. It's sort of like a very muted ginger snap. If a ginger snap didn't have ginger and warming spices that much, but it still had that sort of earthy, weedy, baked flavor. The churro flavored cream does also have sugar crystal inclusions, so that's an appealing texture.
Eating this reminds me of Christmas.
It's less cinnamony than I expected. Like the total experience is that it tastes like a cinnamon churro, but not as overtly cinnamony as I thought I was going to get here. Liz, I like these quite a bit.
I think I do too.
They don't really taste like a churro.
Mm-mm.
I mean, a little bit. They're very sweet, obviously.
Yeah.
The cream is a nice complement to the fried dough cookie. The crunchy sugar inclusions, which is such a silly thing to say, actually work for texture contrast.
Yeah.
I like them. They're not as good as Space Dunks, but they're different enough that
I like them, but it throws me off because it
tastes so much like an Alyssa's Candlecast segment.
No. Like it tastes like the smell of Christmas.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like them. A-. No, A flat.
B.
B flat for you, A flat for me. Pretty good. Oh, what did we never ranked we never gave a ranking to the Slider Sundaes, did we? We knew they weren't winning.
B.
Yeah, B flat for me too. A plain Dairy Queen sundae would be a C. 50% increase gets you up to a B.
Yeah.
Right? I agree. Liz, each week we ask a very important question on this show. Can you deep fry this week's snack? Will it deep fry, Alyssa?
I guess.
Well, you can fry ice cream. You know, there's fried ice cream. We're going to do a fried ice cream show this someday. I guess you could fry the helmet.
That was stupid.
I wouldn't want to. It would be like a soupy, gloppy mess of melted plastic. The fumes would probably be toxic and kill you. So definitely don't do that. Do wear sunscreen. Do not deep fry plastic.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Good.
How does this sound, Alyssa? It's time to check out the back of the box.
The back of the box
is
a weekly segment where we play a little game. Would you like to play a game, Mike?
That's my line, and that's Dad to you, by the way.
Michael.
This week's segment, Alyssa, it's a new one. It's Soda jerks.
Soda jerks.
That's right. So we've got Serial Thriller, we've got We Scream, and now we have Soda Jerks. On Soda Jerks, we try 2 sodas, decide which one is better, and then decide how that one will insult the lesser offering. You know, like a jerk.
Insult?
Insult, yes.
That's not as fun as, like, choosing how one dies. How do we go from choosing one's death?
Well, because we're just jerks, not murderers. Liz.
Bruh.
We were on the road last week. We were doing the planes, trains, and automobiles thing, and we happened to find ourselves in Slovakia, like you said, and there they have a soda called Kofola, Alyssa. The most popular soda in that country, a carbonated soft drink. It's actually from what's now Czechia, back when they used to be Czechoslovakia. It was together. It's popular in both countries now. Liz, the history of Kofola is fascinating. We're not going to get into it too much here, but what you need to know is that it was created as an alternative to Coke and Pepsi because in the Soviet Union, you couldn't get Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah.
So they came up with their own, and people still love it today. It's sort of this like fruity, herbally drink. It's halfway between a cola and a root beer, something that's somehow more sweet than Coke, despite having less sugar overall.
Yeah.
That was interesting. And then speaking of Coke, we also tried the newest offering from Coca-Cola Creations from their flavor lab, which I got at a gas station in Vienna. It was called K-Wave Zero Sugar List. K-Wave. Do you know what K-Wave is?
Supposed to taste like K-pop.
Yeah, it's supposed to taste like K-pop, the genre of very popular South Korean music, typified by the mega band BTS. Do you listen to BTS?
No.
I do not, but many, many more people than us do.
You know what song really bugs me by them?
I don't know at all, actually.
The Dynamite song.
There's a BTS song called Dynamite?
Like that, I'ma light it up like dynamite.
That's BTS?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I had no idea. I thought that was an old song.
It just bugs me because they played it way too much over summer. Like, you know when a song gets overplayed and it's just so, like, Dance Monkey. Ugh.
You know, that Dynamite song reminds me of something that would just be like playing in the background of a scene set at a public pool somewhere.
Yeah, like Frog Falls.
Oh, I think Bryce Harper just hit another home run because someone just texted me.
They're like, oh my gosh, guys, W's in the chat.
W's in the chat for Bryce the boy. Liz, what did you think of Kofola first? We all tried Kofola Cola together.
I did not like it at all.
You did not like it at all. I also did not like it at all. A friend of the show, Jim, also did not like it at all. It
C-.
was C minus?
Actually, I'm being generous. D.
Yeah, C minus for me. I would try it again. I probably wouldn't want to drink a whole one. It did taste very medicinal. It had a little bit of the tussin to it. I could see how if you didn't have Coke or Pepsi and you wanted to create something on your own, it might end up like that. Not for me, though. Not for you either,
It's
right?
a no for me, dog.
Yeah. You know what else was a no for me, dog?
The K-Wave.
The K-Wave Zero Sugar. Now, I did actually enjoy the flavor up front of K-Wave because, Liz, it tasted like Runts candy, specifically banana Runts.
I hated it.
It was like a fruity Coca-Cola. You did not like it
gross.
at all.
No.
Now, I did not like that it had the zero sugar diet drink aftertaste and finish to it.
Mm-hmm.
The mouthfeel of diet sodas is very off-putting to me. I don't like it. There's an aftertaste that I just can't shake. But for this one, I liked the flavor. I thought it was interesting. C+, of course, for the K-Wave Zero Sugar.
D.
D for you. Wow. So now we have to decide, Alyssa, which one is the winner and gets to insult the loser. Is it Kofola or K-Wave?
Well, actually, K-Wave's probably the winner of this.
Yeah, I think K-Wave probably the better flavor. Now, how does K-Wave, the Korean pop-influenced zero-sugar fruity cola drink, insult the Soviet-era holdover Kofola without being, like, xenophobic about it?
I don't even know how to do this.
If you were K-Wave and you knew you were superior in taste to Kofola, what would you say to it?
I don't know. I feel like...
See, this is a problem because you're a nice kid and you don't know how to insult people. You have no practice.
I practice with Chase.
I don't think you've ever actually insulted your brother in either of your lives.
No.
No.
Maybe I can't do this.
You can't do it. You're physically incapable of being mean.
I don't know.
Maybe like, Hey, Cafola, you little twerp.
That's so mean. Stop.
That was in the Chipmunk Adventure. The little Pasha boy, the little emperor was mad that someone called him a twerp.
Hey, listen here, bucko.
Listen here, bucko, Cafola.
You think you're as good as me? You're not. You think you so good? Grah. You not even the fart. Grah. I'll be going hard. Ice Spice.
Yeah, remember, we're not the Ice Spice rule. We do not talk about Ice Spice on the show until she comes on the show as a guest. So, Alyssa, that was a terrible insult that you just had, but this is an excellent show, and this podcast should reach you in excellent condition. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. If you've got a question for us, you can write to the address on the label. That's junkfoodpod@gmail.com. Liz,
Yeah.
any final thoughts this week on Slider Sundaes and the 2024 Major League Baseball season?
My stomach hurts.
Well, in that case, this podcast has contained your recommended daily allowance of fun. For more, go to X, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, or wherever you choose to be social. Find us at Junk Feud Pod. You can watch fun-size reviews on YouTube, buy our merch on TeePublic, and don't forget to catch all the snaction each and every week wherever you listen to podcasts. Until we see you again, for Alyssa, I'm Mike.
Hasta lasagna.
Don't get any on ya.
Bye.
Go Phils.